Hey guys, Panzer J back here in Operation 20 Core. This is turn 11.7 for Italy. It is July of 41. So let's get into the Italian turn. We have 15 IPP to spend. We got convoyed for $1, so we're spending all 15. We're going to finish our fort in Rome for 5, and then we're going to buy a fighter for 10. Our one tech roll, we're going to try for long-range aircraft again at 8 or higher. We're sitting at stage 2. So let's see if we can advance to stage 3. On 11, we do. Okay, so let's move that up. So 1 stage away from completion. Not too bad for Italy. Okay, attacks, we actually have 3. And I think, well, 2 are walk-ons and 1's convoy rating. Okay, so here in Africa, we're going to go into Nubia. So we're going to take the 3 infantry in Abyssinia are going to come up. The 2 artillery from Sudan, the 4 cavalry from Sudan, and the 3 infantry from Sudan are all going to go up 1. And that is a walk-on. So that's worth $1. And we take that off of the British. So let's go ahead. Let's just do that real quick. So Italy goes up 1 to 14. The British go down 1 to 23. And then our other attacks. So here off of Gold Coast, we've got an entire fleet here in A51. So that consists of a battleship, a heavy cruiser, a light cruiser, 4 destroyers, a torpedo boat destroyer, a fleet sub, and a naval transport. So the naval transport's going to pick up the cavalry here in the Gold Coast and come over 1, 2, and drop the cavalry off here in Uruguay. So it's a walk-on that's worth $1. And then our units should be able to go in port there in Uruguay. And then the fleet sub came over as well, and that's going to go ahead and convoy the Americans here on the Rio line, and that's worth a maximum of 3. So $1 for Uruguay. Let's move Italy up $1 more to 15. And then let's go ahead and do our convoy. That's our only die rolling. So the Americans, I don't think, have radar or anti-submarine warfare. So we should be a +2. So Italy is green, and the U.S. is this reddish-bluish color. So let's see what we can do. Absolutely nothing. So how wonderful. So we didn't take anything off the Americans. Okay, so that was our only combat. So let's do non-combat. So we've got 3 fighters and a tactical bomber here in Sudan. They're going to fly up 1 to Western Egypt. So I'll put them on the card over here with the Africa Corps and those Italian units. And then our seaplane in Rome is going to go ahead and fly 1, 2, 3 over to Aquitaine. Join those couple of German units there. And I believe that's it. Okay, so unit placement. Our fort is complete now in Rome. And our fighter will go down in northern Italy. So that is it. So Italy, for income, they spent everything and they're at 15. So 15 is what they'll have for next turn. So let's do a unit recap. Here in Africa, we have a militia in Italian Somaliland and a militia in Eritrea. Nubia has 2 artillery, 4 cavalry, and 6 infantry. Western Egypt has the Africa Corps, which is 3 motorized, 1 light, 1 medium armor, 1 self-propelled artillery, 1 towed artillery, a German medium bomber. And Italy has a militia, a motorized infantry, a tactical bomber, 3 fighters, and 5 infantry. Rome now has the fort complete. 3 Italian militia and 2 German infantry and 2 German self-propelled artillery. Northern Italy has a German infantry and 3 German fighters, and Italy has 5 infantry and a fighter. Aquitaine is a German infantry and militia and Italian seaplane. And then down here And I'm not sure what this C zone is because we got it covered up. A47. In A47 in port, we have a battleship, a heavy cruiser, a light cruiser, 4 destroyers, a torpedo boat destroyer, and a naval transport. There's a cavalry in Uruguay, and there's a fleet sub in that C zone. So that should be it for Italy here on turn number 11, turning things over to Hambone for the US KMT.